There is a stirring in the heavens, a trembling in the spiritual realms that cannot be seen with the human eye, but is deeply felt by the soul attuned to its quiet rhythm. Archangel Michael stands at the edge of eternity with a scroll in hand, sealed, glowing, pulsing with a message not forged in ordinary language, but composed in divine light. This message, beloved, has your name etched into it, not the name others call you, not even the name you write on forms or hear aloud in the world, but the name heaven whispers in reverence. The name that holds your true essence, your unshakable purpose, the sacred fire within you that the enemy has tried to smother over and over again. This message is not delayed, it is perfectly timed. And although you feel like you're wandering through silence, through waiting, through days that feel too heavy to carry and nights that feel too long to bear, I tell you with absolute clarity, this divine message is already on its way to you. It will not arrive in the manner you expect, nor through the people you anticipate, because heaven often wraps its greatest revelations in the most unlikely vessels. It might come in the quietest hour, when you're staring at the ceiling asking God if He hears you at all. It might arrive in a conversation with a stranger, a song that won't stop playing, a dream that repeats itself like an echo from another world. It might even come in the middle of your pain, wrapped in something you were about to walk away from. Because divine timing does not obey human clocks, and divine messages do not always speak in thunder. They often arrive as whispers that only the weary and surrendered heart can hear. Archangel Michael is guarding this transmission with fierce love, shielding it from spiritual interference, from the voices of doubt that try to convince you that you're forgotten, from the curses spoken over you by those who didn't understand your assignment, from the fear that tells you your life is standing still. Nothing is still. In the spirit, everything is moving. The angels have been dispatched. The codes have been aligned. The moment your faith dared to ask, even in a whisper, even in desperation, heaven began constructing the answer. And though you couldn't see it, though you've been fighting off discouragement like it's a second skin, the message has never stopped moving toward you. Do not misinterpret the silence as absence. Do not confuse the delay with denial. Sometimes, the holiest answers require your soul to be still long enough to recognize them. Because what's coming isn't just an answer to your question, it's a revelation of your identity, a remembrance of your divine nature, a key that will unlock doors you didn't even know were shut. And Archangel Michael is here to tell you, the moment of your unveiling is closer than you believe. You've already walked through the fire that was meant to silence you. You've already survived the storm that was designed to erase you. And because you did not quit, because you stayed even when your hands were trembling and your heart was breaking, you have positioned yourself for a moment so holy, so transformative, that not even you will recognize your life after it arrives. Prepare yourself not with anxiety, but with awe, not with fear, but with reverence. Because the message you are about to receive will not only answer the cries of your heart, it will confirm what your spirit already knows, that you are not behind, you are not forgotten, and you are not disqualified. You are chosen, guided, and divinely timed. Heaven is not late. Heaven is perfect. And Archangel Michael is standing watch, sword drawn, wings extended, ready to usher in what has been written about you since the beginning of time. There is a reason your soul has been restless lately. why your heart has been sensing something it can't quite explain, because the spiritual atmosphere around you is shifting in ways that only heaven understands. And Archangel Michael is revealing now that the divine message destined for you has already begun pressing its way through the veil that separates the seen from the unseen, breaking through delays, spiritual resistance, and the heavy fog of doubt that has tried to cloud your intuition. This isn't an ordinary season of waiting, it's a sacred setup. And the angels have been moving in silence on your behalf, rearranging the unseen structure of your reality, not to punish you, but to position you with holy precision. For what's coming is not just a blessing, it's a divine appointment written into your timeline long before you were born. And the reason you felt disoriented or unsure lately is because your soul is brushing up against a future that's already prepared for you, vibrating with purpose and fire. And this message that heaven is about to place into your hands will not just comfort you, it will recalibrate you, realign you, reignite the parts of your spirit that have grown weary from the long battle you never asked to fight, but chose to endure anyway. And Archangel Michael wants you to know that the resistance you felt has not been because you're off track, but because you're on the exact threshold of something sacred, something long prayed for. And when this message finally arrives, whether through a dream, a sudden sign, an overwhelming peace that floods your spirit, or an encounter that feels too precise to be coincidence, you will remember that heaven never forgot your name, never overlooked your faithfulness, never wasted your pain, and all this time, while you were wondering if your voice was lost in the chaos, the angels were gathering every word you prayed in secret and carrying them like golden scrolls to the throne, where God Himself smiled, not because you were perfect, but because you believed even when you were breaking. And now, the divine response is almost here, cloaked in the unexpected. And when it comes, it will crack open something holy within you that has been waiting, aching to awaken. There is something sacred happening inside you that even you have not fully understood. A quiet but undeniable stirring in your spirit that keeps pulling your focus back to things that others ignore. Subtle signs, repeated numbers, a song that makes your eyes water for no logical reason, dreams that echo the same name or seen over and over again as if the realm of the spirit is speaking in a language your heart knows better than your mind. And Archangel Michael is drawing close now not to deliver answers in the way you're used to receiving them, but to guide you into a deeper, more intuitive knowing that surpasses logic, bypasses fear, and anchors you into a higher dimension of your own divine calling. Because what's coming next will require you to stop second-guessing your gift and start recognizing that you were never meant to live numb or disconnected. You were designed to feel things others cannot feel, to hear things others dismiss, to perceive patterns and sense shifts in energy that make no sense to the intellect, but resonate like thunder in the spirit. And that's not weakness. That's evidence of a spiritual gift that was placed in you before you even entered this world. And now, as the heavens prepare to send a divine message disguised in the most ordinary of moments, perhaps through a stranger's kindness, a phrase spoken in passing, a line from a song on the radio that stops you in your tracks, Archangel Michael needs you to remember that no divine encounter will feel accidental, that heaven does not shout, it whispers, And the only way to hear the sacred instruction that's coming is to slow your pace, return to your breath, and open your heart wider than your doubt. Because this next spiritual key will not be handed to the loud or the prideful, but to the one who remains sensitive, humble, and ready to respond when the wind of the Spirit shifts. And when it does, you will feel it in your bones, in your skin, in your heartbeat, and everything in you will pause, and the message will drop into your awareness like it was always there, like a memory not yet lived, like a promise waiting patiently to be noticed. And in that moment, you will understand that the delays were not denials, the confusion was not chaos, it was divine calibration, a sacred setup so that when the message arrives, you won't just receive it, you'll recognize it, honor it, and let it reshape your entire sense of direction. Because the version of you that's emerging on the other side of this is not broken or lost, but reborn, recalibrated, and armed with the exact guidance heaven wrote for your name alone. You are standing at the threshold of something holy and immeasurable, something that cannot be explained with the words people use in ordinary conversations. Because what's forming around your life is not of this world. It is spiritual, it is intentional, and it is wrapped in the unseen hand of God who has placed angels around you, including Archangel Michael himself, not to scare you or pressure you, but to protect what is being born in you right now, in this very hour, even if you feel tired, even if the weight has been heavy, even if you've been asking, why is it taking so long? Because this delay is heaven's way of making sure that what's coming to you doesn't arrive half-baked or vulnerable to sabotage. And Michael wants you to understand this clearly. There have been divine interventions on your behalf that you never saw, battles fought while you slept, doors shut not as rejection, but as redirection, because the wrong path would have stolen your peace, the wrong person would have dimmed your light, the wrong timing would have scattered your purpose, and heaven would not let that happen. Not when your soul carries such rare and radiant frequency. Not when your spiritual gift is the very key that unlocks healing in others. Not when your presence in this world is part of a larger celestial assignment. And that is why, even when you cried and felt abandoned, angels were moving around your home. Angels were whispering your name in the realm of the unseen, shielding your future from destruction, because your life carries impact you still haven't fully realized. And now, as your awareness grows more sensitive, as you feel the shiver down your spine when certain messages reach you, as you feel your chest tighten with knowing when someone says something that aligns too perfectly to be a coincidence, Archangel Michael is telling you this is not imagination. This is divine alignment accelerating around you. And soon, a message will reach you that changes how you see everything. A message that may come through a dream that repeats and refuses to fade. Through a person who says something so specific it unnerves you. Through a symbol or image that keeps appearing until you finally stop and say, I know this is from God, because it will carry a resonance deeper than logic. It will feel like something inside you remembered it before your mind ever understood it. And when that message arrives, no matter how simple it seems, Michael is pleading with you. Honor it. Don't dismiss it. Don't brush it off as your imagination again, because it's the beginning of the next divine chapter, the turning point your spirit has been quietly waiting for. And you must treat it as sacred, because if you follow it, If you trust the breadcrumb of guidance it provides, it will lead you straight into your purpose, into peace, into clarity, and into the next season of spiritual elevation that has already been decreed for you in the heavens. And every tear you've cried, every unanswered prayer, every lonely night was not punishment. It was preparation for this very moment where the divine finally breaks through the noise of the world and makes your spirit come alive with a message meant only for you.